Hola, senors and senoritas. Howdy. It's Professor Suresh back again with the same excitement I had prior to publishing my first video, except for the difference that this will be my 28th video in process of publication on YouTube today, 15th of June 2020. This time too, it's a hot topic, pros and cons of social networking. All of us know that human beings are social animals and we like to interact with other human beings besides animals and birds too. Nowadays, even family members living in the same house communicate with one another through social networking, masking their true identity. A social network is a social structure made up of a set of social actors such as individuals or organizations, sets of dyadic ties and other social interactions between actors. The social network perspective provides a set of methods for analyzing the structure of whole social entities as well as a variety of theories explaining the patterns observed in these structures. The study of these structures uses social network analysis to identify local and global patterns, locate influential entities, and examine network dynamics. Social networks and the analysis of them is an inherently interdisciplinary academic field which emerged from social psychology, sociology, statistics, and graph theory. Social network analysis is now one of the major paradigms in contemporary sociology and is also employed in a number of other social and formal sciences. Together with other complex networks, it forms part of the nascent field of network science. A social networking service, also known as social networking site or social media, is an online platform which people use to build social networks or social relationships with other people who share similar personal or career interests, activities, backgrounds, or real life connections. Social networking services vary in format and the number of features. They can incorporate a range of new information and communication tools operating on desktops and on laptops, on mobile devices such as tablet computers and smartphones. They may feature digital, photo, video sharing, and diary entries, online weblog called as blogging. Online community services are sometimes considered social network services by developers and users, though in a broader sense, a social network service usually provides an individual centered service, whereas online community services are group centered. Defined as websites that facilitate the building of a network of contacts in order to exchange various types of content online. Social networking sites provide a space for interaction to continue beyond in-person interactions. In-person interaction is much better because we know who we are talking to and what we are talking about. That used to happen in ceremonies, functions, and all that. The relatives get together and discuss. Even marriages used to get fixed during those physical interactions, person to person interactions. These computer mediated interactions link members of various networks and may help to both maintain and develop new social and professional relationships. Social networking sites allow the users to share ideas, digital photos and videos, posts, and to inform others about online or real life activities, real world activities, and events with people in their network. While in-person social networking, such as gathering in a village market to talk about events, has existed since the earliest development of towns, the web enables people to connect with others who live in different locations, ranging from across a city to across the world. That's the only advantage of social networking. You can connect with people all over the world, that too very fast. Depending on the social media platform, members may be able to connect to any other member. In other cases, members can contact anyone they have a connection to, and subsequently anyone they contact has a connection to, and so on. It's like a chain. The success of social networking services can be seen in their dominance in society today, with Facebook having a massive 2.13 billion active monthly users and an average of 1.4 billion active daily users in 2017. That's why they call it as Facebook as a world's largest community. Of course, it is virtual. LinkedIn, a career-oriented social networking service, generally requires that a member personally know another member in real life before they contact them online. Some services require members to have a pre-existing connection to contact the other members. The main types of social networking services contain category places such as age or occupation or religion, means to connect with friends, usually with the self-description pages and a recommendation system linked to trust. One can categorize social network services into 4 types. First one, socializing social network services used primarily for socializing with existing friends. Example, Facebook. Second type, online social networks are decentralized and distributed computer networks where users communicate with each other through internet services called intranet and all that. Third type, networking social network services used primarily for non-social interpersonal communication. Example, LinkedIn, a career and employment oriented site. Fourth type, social navigation social network services used primarily for helping users to find specific information or resources. Example, Goodreads for books, e-books. There have been attempts to standardize these services to avoid the need to duplicate entries of friends and interests. A study reveals that India recorded world's largest growth in terms of social media users in 2013. A 2013 survey found that 73% of US adults use social networking sites since their introduction. Social network sites, shortly SNS, such as MySpace, Facebook, Cyworld, and Bebo, have attracted millions of users, many of whom have integrated these sites into their daily practices. Excuse me. Most sites support the maintenance of pre-existing social networks, but others help strangers connect based on shared interests, political views, or activities. Some sites cater to diverse audiences, while others attract people based on common language or shared racial, sexual, religious, or nationally based identities. Sites can also vary in the extent to which they incorporate new information and communication tools such as mobile connectivity, blogging, and photo video sharing. SNS, social networking sites, are basically web-based services that allow the individuals to construct a public or semi-public profile within a bounded system, articulate a list of the users with whom they share a connection, and third, view and traverse their list of connections and those made by others within the system. The nature and common nomenclature of these connections may vary from site to site. Networking emphasizes relationship initiation, often between strangers. What makes social network sites unique is not that they allow individuals to meet strangers, but rather that they enable users to articulate and make visible their social networks. This can result in connections between individuals that would not otherwise be made, but that is often not the goal. And these meetings are frequently between latent ties. As per Hathorn Wade in 2005, who share some offline connection. On many of the social networking sites, participants are not necessarily networking or looking to meet new people. Instead, they are primarily communicating with people who are already a part of their extended social network. To emphasize the articulated social network as a critical organizing feature of these sites, we label them social network sites. The public display of connections is a crucial component of social networking sites. The friends file list contains links to each friend's profile, enabling viewers to traverse the network graph by clicking through the friends list. On most sites, the list of friends is visible to anyone who is permitted to view the profile. It is very bad, leading to abuse, although there are exceptions. For instance, some MySpace users have hacked the profiles to hide the friends display, and LinkedIn allows users to opt out of displaying the network. Most social networking sites also provide a mechanism for users to leave messages on their friends' profiles. This feature typically involves leaving comments, although sites employ various labels for this feature. In addition, SNS often have a private messaging feature similar to webmail. While both private messages and comments are popular on most of the major SNS, they are not universally available. Beyond profiles, friends, comments, and private messaging, social networking sites vary greatly in the features and user base. Some have photo sharing or video sharing capabilities. Others have built-in blogging and instant messaging technology. There are mobile-specific SNS, example Dodgeball, but some web-based social networking sites also support limited mobile interactions. Example Facebook, MySpace, Cyworld, etc. Many SNS target people from specific geographical regions or linguistic groups, although this does not always determine the site's constituency. Market, for example, was launched in the United States with an English-only interface, but Portuguese-speaking Brazilians quickly became the dominant user group, as per Copytop in 2004. Some sites are designed with specific ethnic, religious, sexual orientation, political, or other identity-driven categories in mind. There are even SNS for dogs, Dogster, and cats, Catster, although their owners must manage their profiles. Dogs and cats obviously can't, right? The first recognizable social networking site launched in 1997, 6degrees.com, allowed users to create profiles, list their friends, and beginning in 1998, serve the friends list. Each of these features existed in some form before 6 degrees, of course. Profiles exist on major dating sites and many community sites. AAM and ICQ Buddy supported lists of friends, although these friends were not visible to others. Classmates.com allowed people to affiliate with their high school or college and serve the network for others who were also affiliated, but users could not create profile or list friends until years later. 6 degrees was the first to combine these features. 6 degrees promoted itself as a tool to help people connect with and send messages to others. While 6 degrees attracted millions of users, it failed to become a sustainable business, and in the year 2000, the service closed. There are plenty of SSNs, social servicing networks: WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Orkut, Google Chat, Instagram, WeChat, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, and messenger services linked to Yahoo Mail, Gmail accounts. Do you know the most popular one amongst these? Facebook, founded by Mark Zuckerberg in 2003, and as he said, it is claimed to be the largest community in the world, of course virtual one. Followed by Twitter. LinkedIn is popular for job career-based networking. Information technology, IT, has changed the way people get information. New data types such as rich multimedia content, video, animation, and pictures have caused that the tools for managing such data have also evolved for faster processing. Nowadays, we can find a number of tools that allows us to establish different types of transactions without moving from our seat, avoiding stress because of the traffic jam and crowds. Work from home, WFH, has become a new norm attributed to pandemic novel COVID-19, and social service networks are a real boon for work from home to be a reality. According to Facebook press site, in 2010, they had so many users, 500 million users on this site. With an average of 130 contacts or friends per user, besides 50% of users log in any day of the week, and about 200 million users make access using mobile devices. In addition, Twitter has about 175 million registered users. It would have gone up now, with a traffic of 95 million tweets a day, almost 1100 messages per second. Nielsen, in the year 2010, mentions that the world now uses 110 billion minutes on social network and blog sites. This number represents 22% of all online time. SSNs are possible because of technology advancements like high-speed computers, smartphones, high-speed networks, etc. SSN is rather an addiction now, not only for the new gen but for the old gen too, which are considered called as baby boomers. It is like a raging wildfire which is hard to contain. By 2013, globally, active memberships on social networking sites had reached 1.73 billion as per Wikipedia. Contrary to many people's thought, social network is not a new term. This was coined by J.A. Barnes in the year 1954 to describe the way a person was related to another person, like bounded groups and social categories. Nowadays, social network is also understood as online social network, shortly OSN. The term social software, so was coined by Parikh in the year 2001. Some social tools like electronic mailing lists and forum software are developed about 20 years ago, but most of them have been created in the last 10 years, such as blogs, web blogs, as per WordPress, wikis, Wikipedia, text chats, instant messaging using Skype Messenger, social bookmarking, and social networks, Facebook, LinkedIn, Hi-Fi, etc. Social media have been defined as in a variety of ways. The definition of social media as a platform to create profiles, make explicit and traverse relationships by Bloyd and Ellison in 2008 has been cited over 13,000 times according to Google Scholar. Other definitions identifying social media by the set of functionalities are building blocks. Katesman, Hermkens, McCarthy, and Sylvester 2011 as 3,000 citations. Taxonomy of social media splitting the field into distinct categories: blogs, social networking sites, collaboration projects, content communities, virtual social worlds, and virtual game worlds. Introduced by Kaplan and Heinlein in the year 2010 to finds resonance with 11,000 citations on Google Scholar. The main goal or motive of the SNS is to provide an interactive environment to communicate with the peers and get useful information. Through the review of literature, the following aspects of social networking sites have been identified. 1. To find useful information. 2. To get opinion on different subjects. 3. For entertainment. 4. For socializing. 5. Discussion forum. 6. To share experience and expertise. 7. For academic purpose. 8. To communicate with family and friends. 9. For playing games. 10. Interactive media of communication as compared to phone, email. 11. To keep up with up-to-date happenings. 12. Helps in study and learning. 13. Promote themselves and their work. 14. Inform about new products. 15. Advertisement. 16. Business. 17. Professional network. 18. Online international. 19. Feedback. 20. Build relationships on the applications. So the applications are diverse, and it's up to us to utilize this tool formally to our advantage. 90% of college students use social networking technology, has shown a rapid development by introducing small communication devices, and we can use these small communication devices for accessing social networks anytime, anywhere, as these gadgets include pocket computers, laptops, iPads, and even simple mobile phones that supports internet connectivity called smartphones, etc. For the purpose of education, social media like Google Classrooms, WhatsApp, YouTube, Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, etc. have been used as an innovative way. Students should be taught to use this tool in a better way. In the educational classes, media just being used for messaging or living texting, rather than they should learn to figure out how to use these media for good. Social media has increased the quality and rate of collaboration for students. Negative effects of social media on education. The first concern about the negative effect comes to mind is the kind of distraction to the students present in the class, as teachers were not able to recognize who is paying attention in the classroom. 2. One of the biggest breakdowns of social media in education is the privacy issues like posting personal information on online sites. 3. In some of the scenario, there were many inappropriate information posted which may lead to students to the wrong side. 4. Because of social media, students lose their ability to engage themselves for face-to-face communication. 5. Many of the bloggers and writers post wrong information on social sites, which leads the education system to failure. Business use social media to enhance an organization's performance in business various ways, such as to accomplish business objectives, increasing annual sales of the organization. Social media provides a benefit as a communication platform that facilitates two-way communication between a company and the stockholders. Business can be promoted through various social networking sites. Many of the organizations promote their business by giving advertisement on the social media in order to attract maximum users or customers. Customers can connect and interact with the business on a more personal level by using social media. If an organization has established a brand, social media may help this organization to develop the existing brand and give the business a voice. With the help of social media, organization can make their strategy to promote their organization. Negative effects of social media on business. In business field, social media is not entirely risk-free because many of the fans and followers are free to post their opinion on a particular organization. The negative comment can lead the organization to failure. Many of the large organizations have fallen victims to the hackers. The wrong online brand strategy can doom a company and put at a huge viral social disadvantage. For getting involved with social media is very time consuming. As an organization, you should assign a person to always bolster your pages and profiles with a significant substance. Most companies have difficulty measuring the results of social media advertising. Positive effects of social media on society. Social media helps to meet people they may not have met outside the social media forums. It also helps to share ideas beyond the geographical boundaries. It provides open opportunity for all writers and bloggers to connect with their clients. Another positive effect of social networking sites is it unites people on a huge platform for the achievement of specific goals. This brings positive change in the society. Social media provides awareness about society among society like campaigns, advertisement, articles, promotions, which helps the society to be up to date with the current information. Negative effects of social media on society. One of the negative effects of social media is that it makes people addicted. People spend lots of time in social networking sites, which can divert the concentration and focus from the particular task. Social media can easily affect the kids. The reason is sometimes people share photos, videos and media that contain violence and negative things which can affect the behavior of kids or teenagers. It also abuses the society by invading on people's privacy. Social lives like family ones also weaken as people spend more time connecting to two people. Some people use their image or videos in social sites that can encourage others to use it falsely, that is abuse. Positive effects of social media on youngsters. Social media helps youngsters to stay connected with each other. Useful information can be exchanged over social networking sites. Social networking sites can allow teens to find support online that they may lack in traditional relationships, especially for teens. In a critical development period, youngsters also go for social networking sites for advice and information. Youngsters can look to social media for getting the answers related to their career objectives. Negative effects of social media on youngsters. Today, it is not clear that who the strangers are, especially in the field of social media. Kidnapping, murder, robbery, sexual assaults, exploitation can be easily done by sharing very sensitive details, personal details on social media. There are many cases registered in police stations where adults target young children and lure them into meeting those. Mostly youngsters waste a lot of time on social sites like chatting, which also affects the health. Some useless blogs influence youth extremely that they become violent and can take some inappropriate actions like hurting themselves or their dear and near. Online games like Blue Whale and so many other violent games, sex games, gambling, etc. Social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook have become ingrained in the lives of countless individuals, with adolescents and young adults, particularly young women, being the primary users of such platforms. It is an important question whether social media use has an impact on social concept, self-esteem, body image and body dissatisfaction. Social media is not real life. People need to understand that. This was stated by Yasena O'Neill, a 19-year-old Australian internet star who quit social media in November 2015 to prove the point that social media is just a means of fake self-promotion. Yesenia was a star on Instagram, Tumblr, YouTube and other social platforms with over 600,000 followers on Instagram alone. Her friends followers began posting blogs and videos in reaction to Yesenia quitting social media, with some going so far as sending death threats. The same week, Yesenia quit Instagram. The Guardian's Magita Gajanan in 2015 asked other young women about their self-esteem and experience with social media. Her findings were in line with Yesenia's. Most of the women that were interviewed felt insecure. Many young women reported obsessing over the number of likes they were getting, feared not looking beautiful in their photos, thought individuals would think that they look different on social media than in real life, and questioned what aspects of their life people would get a glimpse of it. It was a common theme that women are dedicating extensive amounts of time thinking about what image to upload, photoshopping it, and regularly checking their personal page to see the updated like counts, which in turn increase their own insecurities. Even though many women were aware of these actions, they were consumed by their need to fit in on social media and struggled to disrupt their habits. Numerous young women reported that they lived their lives via social media and regarded media presence as more important than real life. This preoccupation with social media and the compulsive behaviors that follow may potentially contribute to body dissatisfaction. Some researchers have portrayed links between body dissatisfaction and eating disorders with exposure to fashion magazines or television shows in women. Using other applications and other editing devices such as Photoshop to alter selfies is nothing new for many teens and women. Thanks to an array of free applications, people can alter the way the bodies look in photos with a swipe or a click. Teens can cover up blemishes, alter their facial shape, and manipulate their bodies to look thinner and more attractive. Example, making the waist smaller or the breast bigger. Even the popular socialites Kim and Khloe Kardashian have utilized Photoshop to post edited selfies for the Instagram accounts. Instagram is one of the most popular social media platforms. It allows users to communicate solely through posting and sharing videos. The researchers have looked at the role of Instagram on body image with adults and girls and young women, the most frequent users of the social media platform. So many females commit suicide attributed to loss in self-esteem or in an effort to lose weight. They overdo, which results in bulimia or anorexia. Youngsters are hypersensitive and can't tolerate rejections, dislikes, and failures. Psychological counselors are doing a roaring business as an effect of all this. Use of social media is beneficial, but it should be used in a limited way without getting addicted. Always be alert. Don't share personal sensitive information with strangers, especially. Block unauthorized access of what you post. Never reveal your true identity to strangers. Check the genuineness of friend requests. Analyze the true character of the persons you meet online. Never get too close with strangers within a short period of time. It is better to avoid posting your photos, videos, especially sexually explicit ones, at any cost. Curtail online video chats as much as possible, since it provides a gateway for hackers who later abuse those to their own advantage. Okay, debates and discussion on topics like this can go on forever, Anyhow, let me call it a day. We'll meet again real soon. Rest in peace and harmony. Always watch these videos with a closed caption, subtitles for absolute 100% comprehension. I know I rushed to complete the presentation within 20 minutes max. There's a time limit I had set myself to retain viewers' attention. Am I right, guys? I know nowadays I exceed this time limit, since I make honest attempts to cover the selected topic more elaborately, including so many intricate details, referring so many articles, in particular Wikipedia, extensively besides articles and books published recently. Stay at home as much as possible to maintain social distancing attributed to pandemic novel COVID-19 and prolong your lifespan. Lead a healthy life. God alone can put a stop to natural or unnatural, which may be bio war or cyber war, events like pandemics which may lead to apocalypse and extinction of all sentient species on Earth. All the best.